With the release of the 3 brand new gear sets, Ongoing Directive, True Patriot, and Hardwire, one of the toughest decisions is going to be which one should I go for and which one fits my playstyle. If you want to find out the answer to that, stay tuned to the video and find out which one suits your playstyle the best and which one will make your team a lot better. And out of all of these 3, which one's the best and the one you should definitely be trying to go for. Esiva, this is Laserbone, and today we're going to be taking a look at the 3 brand new gear sets that got officially released and currently are live right now for you to try to obtain. Now, we're going to be taking a look at each individual one, and we are also going to be breaking down which one will suit your playstyle. Also, we'll take a look at which one will fit your team's playstyle, and on top of that, which one I consider to be the best one out of all of them. Now, I'm pretty sure this is mostly common knowledge for everybody that's been playing the game, but for those of you who might not be playing the game or watching this video, these armor sets have a requirement, and the requirement is to get at least 2 pieces of each armor set to unlock each of its skill traits. Now, there's a total of 6 pieces for each armor set, but if you get all 6 of them, you'll get all the benefits of that armor set. If you only get 2, then you'll only get certain benefits. Just a quick reference I wanted to point out for those of you who might be new to the game and not know that you actually need a certain amount of pieces to get those requirements. Now, with that being said, let's take a look at the first one, which is the Ongoing Directive. Now, this is the first requirement. You're going to need 2 pieces of this armor, and in order to get, once you get those 2 pieces, you will be able to get 20 plus weapon handling. If you get 3 pieces, you'll get 25% burn damage. If you get 4 pieces, you get 25% bleed damage. And if you get 5 pieces, this is when things get a little bit more interesting. You unlock something called Emergency Requisition. What this does, it says that combat resources, armor kits, ammo, and grenades within 40 meters of you are automatically collected. This occurs every 30 seconds. So for example, if you're shooting an enemy at a very long distance, the longest it could be, of course, is 40 meters, and they happen to drop a grenade, special ammo, or anything that they drop on the ground, you will automatically collect that every single time with you having to walk up to it and getting it collected. This is actually a very interesting perk and one that might be very valuable, especially for sticky situations where you want to make sure you keep a distance, but you still want to make sure you don't run out of ammo. In addition to that, guys, if you get the complete set, which is called the Right Tool, killing an enemy with a weapon grants some special ammo, like example, incendiary, explosives, and shock ammo to one of your other weapons. So this is actually a very interesting one as well. Let's say I shoot someone and I kill them with my AR or with my, I kill them with my AR. This will automatically give incendiary, explosive, or shock ammo to my SMG or LMG, whatever weapon I am currently using as my secondary. It's actually quite interesting because you could actually play with this and you could, down an enemy with your AR, switch over to your SMG, apply that damage, switch back to your AR, and finish that enemy off, and keep cycling the energy ammo that way, which makes it a really OP option. Overall, in general, if you're the type of player that likes to lay back and kind of just provide suppression fire and be out there killing people but not having to be out in the open so much to take a bullet, this is definitely a class you should highly consider because you'll be able to get that ammo back from killing enemies that are pretty long distance. Plus, you'll still be able to provide a little bit of coverage fire and provide that supportive class type of build with the addition of the incendiary, explosive, shock ammo that you'll be getting out of the kills you're producing. If I had to put this in some sort of category, I would definitely put this as a supportive class type of category. Alright, so now let's take a look at the second gear set called the True Patriot. Of course, if you get 2 armor pieces, you're going to do 10% damage to armor. If you get 3 pieces, you get 10% protection from elites. And if you get the 4 pieces, you get 10% total armor. Now, here's where the good stuff comes out, guys. If you get 5 out of 6, you get a red, white, and blue. Now, this is kind of very interesting in a very interesting way in the fact that the way this cycles. So it says, when you shoot an enemy, apply a debuff to them. Debuffs are applied in the order red, white, and blue, cycling every 4 seconds. So for example, when you shoot someone, the first time you shoot them, they will get a debuff applied to them, which will start off with red. Red decreases the damage dealt by the enemy. If you shoot them a second time after 4 seconds, it will apply another debuff called the white debuff, and this one restores armor to your friendlies that shoot this enemy. And then if you apply the blue debuff, it's going to boost the skill cooldown reduction to your friends that shoot this enemy. Now, before we go into the other one, I do want to talk about this one because this one's actually pretty OP and it will work very well if you definitely have a lot of communication in your team. Because if your team knows when these debuffs are being applied, then this could make it a very OP build or a very OP character. Basically, what's going to happen is that when I get the red debuff, it's going to decrease the damage that enemy's shooting me. But the really important ones, the ones that require teamwork, are going to be the white and the blue one. Because, for example, let's say one of your teammates is has a very low amount of armor. If you get that white debuff and you say, "Hey, I debuffed this, I debuffed this enemy, shoot him," so you can restore your, your armor. It's going to be very important, that team communication. Then we got the blue one, which is going to reduce the cooldown time of your skill. This is also going to be very important in case you want to get a turret up or you want to get a healing drone up before he runs out. The communication is going to be a very key factor if you're definitely going to be running the True Patriot build. In addition to that, guys, we got the one called Full Flag. This is the one where you get all 6 pieces. It's shooting an enemy that has all 3 debuffs. For example, if one enemy has red, white, and blue, will deal 25 damage to other nearby enemies that have at least one of other debuffs. So think about it this way. Let's say you're fighting a big elite, right? And there's a big, massive amount of enemies. You're going to shoot that elite until he gets the red, white, and blue debuff. After all those 3 debuffs have been applied to that one specific elite, any other enemy that you shoot will be getting shot with a 25% bonus damage on that enemy or any nearby enemy that's around them. I think that's a pretty OP build. Definitely the True Patriot is one that sticks out of all of them as being a more of a tank build. If I had to kind of put it in a category, I would definitely put it in the tank category. And last but not least, guys, let's take a look at hardwire. It says if you have 2 armor sets of this, it says 20% skill health. If you get 3 sets, you're going to get 20% increased shock duration. And if you get the 4th one, it's going to give you 20% skill power. Now, one of the cool things that happens is, of course, once you get that 5 piece, which is going to give you a tamper proof. It says electrify your deployed skills. Hives, turrets, pulses, or sensors causes enemies wandering near or close to them to be shocked or disrupted in PvP. Now, keep in mind, this is very focusing PvP aspect of it. So this particular trait will only apply to PvP. At least that is what we know. What is said right there. It says shock disruption in PvP. That's the only time it occurs. I don't think it's going to be occurring in a PvP aspect. This can occur every 10 seconds. It could be a very viable perk to have, especially within the Dark Zone or in conflict. So it's going to be interesting to see how we play with these sort of armor sets in a different type of build. But we'll have a video regarding that topic in a later video. The last one is required 6 pieces. It is called Feedback Loop. It says killing with a skill resets the cooldown of your other skill. Repairing a friendly agent's armor from 0 resets the cooldown of your skills, can only occur every 15 seconds. When a skill cooldown ends or reaches its full charge, gain bonus damage and repair to all skills for 15 seconds. Now this mod is pretty interesting. We're going to talk a little bit about this. So let's put this in a scenario. Let's say you have a hive and you have a turret running in your arsenal. Let's say you're about to kill someone. You're like, let me think about this. Let me put down my turret and provide suppression fire. So your turret's shooting, pop, 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 right? And your turret goes down because it got the cooldown. And then you see an enemy that's almost about to die. You throw your hives, you kill them, and then you will automatically get your turret back. That is a very OP way to actually go about it because you'll be able to cycle your skills very frequently. I do see this one filtering fairly well within the raid, and I do see the reason why they gave us such an expansion time of like about 2 to 3 weeks for the raid release, because it's going to allow us to actually farm these gear sets to see which one suits the raid aspect better. In addition to that, guys, if we repair someone's armor from 0, it will automatically reset all our skills, giving back your skills right off the bat. So it's actually pretty interesting. And if I had to put this character or this particular set in a specific category, this is definitely your medic, your healer class. This is the one that you're going to want to roll with. This is also going to require a lot of communication. I think out of all 3 of them, this is by far, this one and the True Patriot are the ones that require most team communication. This one in particular, because you're definitely not going to be able to keep track of everybody, where everybody's at when their shield is completely depleted, to actually be taking benefit of you recharging his shield and having your skills come back right off the bat. Now it's also going to be interesting to see what type of skills you put in your skill tree, and I'll have videos going over which ones work best with each individual armor set as soon as we get our hands into each individual armor set once we get lucky to actually unlock them. Talking about luck, we will definitely try to find a farming method to actually be able to farm these gear sets, and you could definitely know we will definitely have that up in the channel ASAP as soon as we get that information for you guys. So if that's something you guys are definitely interested in, do consider subscribing and turning on those notifications so you guys know when Division 2 videos go live. But if I had to pick one, which is the best out of all of them, which is what I said at the start of the video, I would let you guys know which one is the best. To me personally, the best one out of all these, if I had to put them in categories, definitely True Patriot would be my number 1. My number 2 would definitely be Ongoing Directive, and my number 3 would be Hardwire. Now the reason I put this is because it's primarily coming from someone that tends to mostly play solo. If I actually had a team and played with a team, I would definitely go True Patriot, Hardwire, and then Ongoing Directive. That would be the category I would put it. But for mostly of a solo player, True Patriot, Ongoing Directive, and Hardwire is where I would position these. Overall, in general, that is my opinion, but now it's time I want to hear your opinion. Which one out of all these 3 gears are you going to be going for first? And which one do you guys think it's OP? And which one do you guys think needs a little bit of a buff? Please let me know that in the comment section down below. In addition to that, guys, if you have any additional questions, hit me up in the comment section or hit me up on any of my social medias. The links are down below. Also, if you ever want to have some fun time, maybe take a dip in tidal basin, or you want to do a raid and just want to have a cool place to chill, relax, have positive vibes, check me out over on Twitch. We'll be helping you guys out getting that stuff completed, and it's always fun to stop by and hang out with you guys and talk to you guys. So make sure you guys hit me with that follow on Twitch. I do wish I see you guys over there, and maybe we could chat it up. I hope you did find this video helpful and informative. If you did, do me the huge favor, guys. Drop that like, share this video with your friends because it does help me out a lot. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget GWATAP, and I will catch you guys on the next video.